Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Gul Knowledge Hub. Welcome to a new day with a new video. The topic of today is how to be cool and interesting in English. Yes, dear audience, if you are thinking that people are taking you as a boring person and they are not interesting in your talk, in your conversation, this video is specially for you, because it is an observed reality that some people are crowded by people and some people are just detained and remain aloof because of their conversation, their talking style, their selection of words are so boring, so people avoid to talk to them. But the good news is that in this video I am going to share 6 steps by which people can say you, wow, that person is so cool and his interesting thing is that he talks in a lively manner. So the very first step is that be detective passionate person. How you can be a detective person? Because it is a reality that people love to talk about themselves. People love to talk about the things in which they are interested. If you give an opportunity to the people to talk about the things in which they are interested, your conversation will be very lively and people can say that you are a very good person. And you can ask such type of questions. For example, what do you wish you had time for? Number 2, what makes you jump out of the bed so early? This is my first point. And number second point is that find some common ground. Yes, dear audience, if you want to be interesting and cool in your conversation, you have to find some common ground. And how to find some common grounds? Here are some good questions. Number 1 question is that what do you really want to do in your leisure time? What do you really want to do for your fun? What are you into? And what is meant by what are you into? This is meant that in which you are interested. Are you interested in cooking? Are you interested in movie? Are you interested in your studies or book reading? Are you interested in films? These are some of the questions which can provide you a common ground to have discussion. Number 3 point is that this is very important point, and the point is that use conversational questions. Yes, dear audience, you have to engage, use conversational questions. What are conversational questions? These are 2 types of questions. Open-ended question and number 2 is that close-ended question. What are close-ended questions? The answer of which questions is normally yes or no. For example, do you like your job? You will say yes. Do you like your book reading? You will say yes or no. These are called close-ended questions. It means that after the answer there is required and there is a requirement of a new question. And number 2 is open-ended question. Now what are open-ended questions and how can you utilize them? Open-ended questions normally begin with WH family. For example, when, which, where, why, who, how much, how often. These are the questions, and if they come at the beginning of the line, they are replied not in yes or no. You have to give details. For example, what do you like about your job? Instead of do you like your job? What do you like about yoga? Why do you like yoga? In these questions you have to give your details. In these questions you have to give an extra information instead of saying yes or no. These are called open-ended questions and these are very good questions. Another category is that conversation. Remember, dear audience, conversation is just like a street, two-way street. It means that you have to participate. And the next point is that you have to participate in the conversation. For example, if you have put forward the questions in front of the speaker, you have put forward the questions in front of the person who is standing in front of you, you should be ready to answer those questions. For example, if you ask the question, do you like your job, or what do you like about your job? If he answers, you should be ready to answer in the same way. In this way, the conversation will be more lively and you will be more interesting. Number fifth is very important. And how it is important? Because you have to show that you are open to accept all perspective. This is very important. You should not be rigid, you should not be narrow minded. Rather, you should accept all the perspective, even if you disagree them. If you disagree, use such kind of questions, such kind of answers. For example, oh, really? That's a really amazing answer. That's really an amazing point of view. Oh, I hadn't thought like that. In this way, you can cover up and you can show that I am open to all perspective. I accept all the opinions, although you are disagreeing with them. And the final sixth step is that conversation should be short and sweet. Yes, you should not talk and talk and talk, and your conversation should not be too long that other person may get boring because of your conversation. It should be short, it should be brief, it should be to the point, it should be engaging so that the other person get interest in your talk, and it should be sweet, it should not be bitter, it should not be built on the negative ground. You should open to all the perspective. You should be a detective. You should give a common ground to have conversation. In this way, you can have a better talk, and you should be a cool and interesting person in your conversation. Hope you have understood how can you make yourself cool and interesting in your video, in your conversation. If you like the video, kindly share and subscribe it. Till the next video, stay happy, stay blessed. Thank you so much. Have a